Good day, everyone. Welcome to Auntie D TV. Guys, we are in the mood of talking about some elections. Well, the elections I'm thinking of now is not one that will happen just now. It's one that is expected to happen sometime in the UK. No, what I have discovered is in the UK, in Britain, they are now looking at lowering the age to 16 for persons to vote. And that would be something that would have been probably, I think, widely accepted by the young people because oftentimes they want to be a part of the decision process, right? So, can you imagine to strengthen the democracy, they'll be able to use 16-year-olds? No, some may say that the age group is too low because they are too young, and a lot of persons are going to come with so many different arguments, so many, and we have to still look at it from a point of view where everything that is done affects all age group. So if there comes a time to look at that age group, then they could explore it. What do you think, guys? Because here it is saying that this party, they had talked about it before they came to power in July 2024. So it's almost a year now since they're in power, and they are thinking that and putting plans in place that by the next election that will be due, the next general election, they will have the 16-year-olds being able to vote, right? So this is something that has been going on in other countries throughout Europe, quite a number of countries. And I think they are using it as a way to get everybody on board. So the older ones now should try to work alongside the younger ones and help them to understand that we do need young people. We do need young people. And Parliament should not only, I think, guys, that's my view, Parliament should not only have persons who are aged, but at the same time, they can be there as guardians to guide the younger ones. So when they are no more, the younger ones will have matured in it too. So here it is saying that this party believes that the Britain's Parliament needs some young people, and they're looking at the age of 16. Well, I know some countries do 18 and some will do 21. One would have to look at all the necessary pros and cons for 16. Are all 16-year-olds still attending school in the UK, or are they studying, or are they gainfully employed? So we can look at it and explore it, and I think that's a topic that will be very, very interesting for us to. I think I'm going to put it in my post. I think persons should be able to pull things apart, give their opinion, and by so doing persons will learn, because many a times we see elderly persons in the parliaments, not just in London but around around, and we see very few young people, very few young presidents, very few young prime ministers, very few young leaders. They're always of middle age to older age. So I think giving the young people a chance, weighing all the pros and the cons, and then when this election should have been held, it's not due now, then we will see if the young people appreciates it by going out to vote in their next general elections, or is it that they are going to have a don't care attitude, not interested, and does not go out to vote? So when you look at those things, when the time comes around, we will see what transpires. We will be able to hear between now and the election year, or when it is called, what are the young people talking about. They'll be able to put forward their plans or their suggestions through different mediums. So those who are in parliament now will be able to analyze the mindset of the young people, because although they are 16, they too could have ideas. And the older ones in parliament could also work with them, right? And these young people doesn't necessarily will become members of parliament, but they will have the right to vote. They will have the right to vote. And I think having exercised that franchise, giving them that opportunity, allows them to even know, while some of them are still in school, to have invest interests in their environment, what they would want to see for their country, and on a larger scale, their involvement in to make it happen. Because if we are only going to be developing plans and we don't have the young people being a part of it, it's not going to reach very far. So I think it's a golden opportunity if it is really practiced when the time comes. And we can also explore those other countries that have been using young persons to vote, giving them the right to vote. Because many times, when we do have elections, the young people, they are not interested because they seem to think that no one is hearing them when they speak. They seem to think that they are just lost and forgotten, right? So if they're able to vote, they're going to be requesting no persons to speak on their behalf, things that they would like to see be beneficial to them as young people in their community and more so in the country where they reside. Because everybody wants their country to be of a model country, right? Over in Europe, see, other countries are using lower age groups to get them involved. So let us hope and let us this I think more discussions can be held and persons can become aware so they don't only think of just going to vote, of just voting sake, but also thinking of what they would like to see do better in their country. What is out there? What are they to offer? Listen to what those older ones are offering. They can also make contributions. So to me, it's not just putting the X on whatever the mark is. It's more than that, but it allows them the opportunity to vote. That's the primary focus. So if they're not able to see anything beneficial, either they're going to withdraw themselves from the total voting process or they're going to go in it wholeheartedly. So, guys, let us explore. This is a topic that will never go die. And I think we can all pull it apart and say what we think can materialize when we use a lower age to vote. And I'm focusing on the age of 16. That London, based on what I've seen, is planning towards. They had it in their campaign and they have spoken a lot about it. And now it's a year after they're in power and they are seriously looking after about it because I think if the young people decide to vote, then they will vote. And if the party in power is not performing in the sight of the young people, they are going to be coming out in large numbers to get them out. And if it is performing well and satisfying, they will come out. But subject to the fact is, if they don't care one way or the other, they may just don't vote. And then the process would have been not to what we would have wanted. So I know the people, they are looking and they are trying to see, is this a good thing? Is this a wise thing to do? But they have been talking about it. So they must have been thinking of ways or the reason why. Is it that they would want young people who are not conscious? You know, there are so many things. But I don't want to get into those things. I want to speak about the benefits that can be derived for the young people and as well for the community that they live and for the country. Because when young people have a voice, you are prone to listen. You are prone to listen. You may not be able to address all the concerns, but you can listen. And from then on, now you can know how to go about doing what is supposed to be done. Okay, guys, remember to like the video, watch the video, man, share with your friends, and come around. Make sure you have the notification bell on all. And I'll be seeing you in my next video. Remember, Auntie D is watching you. Bye. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night, whatever the time zone is in your area. Bye.